Hey there, everyone. Ty Lopez here. I'm here in my garage. Knowledge. Um, for those of you that don't know me, and for those of you that do know me, I'm Ethan. By the way. Anyways, um, yeah. Boy, has it been a day. Nah, it's been okay. But I did feel as though maybe I owed it to myself and to everyone else watching my videos, if you're watching my videos, to speak on something a little bit more real, so to speak, you know? Because I feel like maybe perhaps I haven't really shared enough of my own experiences, my own traumas, and that maybe doing so would instill a little bit more confidence from those of you who are watching but have maybe not yet worked up the courage to reach out. Because I know there's still a sprinkle of you out there. But yeah, you know, I guess it ties into relationship trauma. This topic came about as I was obviously speaking to one of my friends and, from past sessions with my therapist, and it really sank in that a lot of times when we're in relationships, we come out of them worse off than when we entered them, right? And it was a question that my friend had asked me. Why is it that relationships are what cause us the most trauma, or are usually the source of the majority of our trauma? And I didn't even have to really think about it that long. It was kind of a quick and easy answer for me, because I realized that it was, something that I struggled with for a long time. So that's why I was able to provide an easy answer, because I'd like to consider myself a fairly introspective person. So I just kind of blurted it out. The answer is that the reason why our relationships tend to be a main source of the majority of our traumas, if not all of our traumas, is because of the fact, at least this is my perspective, that those are the people, or those are the instances in which we're allowing someone to know us at our most vulnerable self. You're allowing someone to get to know you and to see you and experience you behind your wall, behind your guard, behind the mask that you put on for everyone else. They get to see the most sincere version of yourself, the secret version of yourself, the side of you that you don't feel comfortable sharing with anybody else, not even your own family, not even your best friends. Because let's face it, as much as you may think you're close to your friends or your family, at the end of the day, the person you're in a relationship with is going to get to know a side of you that no one else will ever get to know unless they're in a relationship with you. Like the trend going on right now about like showing your girlfriend or your boyfriend voice. When you speak a little bit more softly, when you maybe use a baby voice, or you make your words a little bit more cutesy wootsy or whatever, what have you. Because you're allowing that person to know that version of you. And that's not a version you're going to show anyone else, because they're going to judge you hard as hell if you did. It's not happening. So it instills more trauma because that person got to know that side of you. And for whatever reason, they decided to betray you or use it against you, something of that nature. They hurt you. and they weren't supposed to. Not after getting to know you to that extent. And that's why that trauma sticks. At least that's what I believe. I could be wrong. I'm not an expert. I'm still in therapy myself. But that's what I think it is. And so I think that, there's a lot of power in allowing yourself to continue to experience that. I don't think anyone should rob themselves of the joy and, the excitement that comes with the experience of love. Love is amazing. Like, anyone who's really experienced, like, genuine, true, real, deep love can tell you it is an incredible feeling. It's also scary. It's so scary. Because you know that this person has all of the power, Like, you've given so much of yourself to this person that they truly have the power, if they wanted to just ruin you. And that's scary. But that's also part of what makes it so beautiful and so exciting, and why you shouldn't ever really, rob yourself of that. And that's what I was doing for a while. I was robbing myself of it because I had been hurt so many times. I had been cheated on, I've been stood up, I've been lied to, I've been left for other people. I've been through, my fair share of experiences with horrible endings to sometimes horrible and sometimes not so horrible relationships. And so it's, it took a while. But eventually I found myself forgiving everyone, including myself. And I think that's the first step. The second step is acknowledging that a life without love is not one worth living at all. I don't want to exist in a world without love. It's miserable. So I've kind of decided within myself to be a beacon of it, I try to be as loving as I can to everyone around me now, even if other people feel that they might not deserve it, even the people who might have hurt me or wronged me in the past. Because everyone deserves love, even the ones who seem like they deserve it the least. And everyone needs love, even if they're too afraid to admit it. So don't rob yourself or anyone else of that joy, of that experience. I forgot where I was going with this. I know it's easier said than done. It took me a while. It took me a lot of soul searching, a lot of reflection, self-reflection, and a lot of, just kind of confronting myself to really get myself back into a place where I feel safe in the lack of security that can come with giving your entire self to someone in that way, And even if you fall, even if it fails, I know it's dumb. Sorry, I keep cracking my knuckles. Even if it's dumb, because it's so trite, it's so overplayed, this quote, but it really is better to have loved and lost than to have never have loved at all. Because love is such a beautiful feeling. It's such a beautiful experience. And I pray that everyone and anyone watching this video, or even the people not watching it, that everyone gets to genuinely experience a real, deep, true love. And not only that, but that they appreciate it when it happens, that they reciprocate it when it happens, because it's not as great an experience when it's one-sided, or, when you're not in the right headspace to maybe receive that kind of love. But yeah, as always, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, maybe your own opinions, thoughts, ideas, feel free to share them in the comments below. As always, if you need to talk, if you're feeling anxious, angry, depressed, miserable, maybe even happy, you got some good news, feel free to hit me up on any of these social media links provided in my description below. I will always answer 24/7, 365. Rain, snow, sleet, hail, does not matter. I'm always here, because you're not alone, and you're never alone. And if you ever forget it, remember, I'm proud of you, and I love you. Keep going. You got this. Until next time, peace.